Warning. I chain smoke and I say fuck a lot. But I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised.
I sprung up in a silent scream and holding myself, and I couldn't stop bleeding.
That was the moment John Bobbitt realized his penis was cut off.
That was just to show that it could have been a lot worse. Alabama passes bill requiring chemical castration for certain child molesters, June 4th, 2019. An Alabama measure that would require certain child sex offenders to undergo chemical castration before being released from prison is awaiting the governor's signature. The bill, known as HB 379, was introduced by Republican State Representative Steve Hurst and targets child sex offenders whose offense involve anyone under 13.
Representative Stephen Hurst is passionate and has no tolerance for child molesters, which is why he sponsors Bill 379.
Maybe now we can do something that can protect these children.
Quote, they have marked this child for life, and the punishment should fit the crime, says Hurst. The offenders would be required to foot the bill for the procedure. Refusing to undergo the castration would constitute a violation of parole.
The bill requires child rapists to be chemically castrated once released from prison. Hurst says his original idea was for surgical castration, but after research of the issue, he opted for chemical castration, which involves requiring felons to take medication that inhibits their sex drive.
All we're trying to do, we're just trying to fix it to where that some small child is not molested.
Here's how it would work. The felons would be given the first dose of medication prior to their release. As a condition of their parole, they would have to go to the health department for follow-up doses, either through injection or orally.
Hurst said his aim is to reduce the number of sex crimes committed against children by making potential offenders think twice before they act. If we do something of this nature, it would deter something like this happening again in Alabama and maybe reduce the numbers, said Hurst. Quote, I had people call me in the past when I introduced it and said, quote, don't you think this is inhumane? Hurst said of the bill, quote, I asked them what's more inhumane than when you take a little infant child and you sexually molest that infant child when the child cannot defend themselves or get away. And they have to go through all the things they have to go through. If you want to talk about inhumane, that's inhumane.
I don't think it would be effective.
Attorney Raymond Johnson says the bill would be a serious constitutional challenge by any attorney that handles these types of cases.
They're going to challenge it under the 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution because they're going to claim that it is cruel and unusual punishment for someone who has served their time and for the rest of their life have to be castrated.
Johnson says child molestation is a serious offense and already has serious consequences, such as time served in prison followed by probation or parole.
The bill was sent to Republican Governor Kay Ivey's desk over the weekend and awaits her signature. Several states already passed chemical castration bills, but it's not known how often the practice is used. Unlike surgical castration, which involves the severing of one's genitals, chemical castration uses drugs to suppress sexual urges. From what I could find, 8 states allow chemical or surgical castration of sex offenders. They are California, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Montana, Oregon, Texas, and Wisconsin. The bill is for anybody that molests anyone under 13 years old. That seems more than fair to me, because if it was up to me,
Hurst says the treatment would be reversible simply by stopping taking the medication and leaves this question for those against the bill.
What's more inhumane than molesting a small child?
if you don't want to be chemically castrated, just don't fucking rape people, especially kids. How hard is that? It's not inhumane. Fair is fair.
Fair is fair!
Fucking stoned.